Hello guys and welcome back in another YouTube video. I had this question during my live a lot of time. So today I want to use this question for open a big discussion, because a lot of time people would just are in my live ask for which is the best deck, this deck will be good, and it's good because obviously we need this interaction. But a lot of people are at this first game, so don't have a lot of experience, or if we want to do the new step for big event, I have to ask this question. So if you ask me for a deck for a local tournament perspective, it's all good, you can play everything. That's my answer. You don't need my advice. But if you want to do a pick for a big event like regional, treasure cup or finals, you have to do this question: which format I will face in OP10? We can see in OP10 Blackbeard win a lot of tournaments, and still we see Doflamingo and other deck, but we can see a lot of Doflamingo and a lot of Teach. So we can expect Blackbeard from a tier 1.5 can rise up and go to tier 1. Why? Usually Blackbeard takes new card, Kuzan and 6-cost spell. Both of these cards give a big boost to Teach, because Kuzan is incredible, and with that card you cannot do anymore the -1 from Teach. You just do a +0 and you have your graveyard as any card you want with Kuzan, and you cannot remove it, so you can play it in a lot of way, like you can keep it on board for attack for next turn and things like that. And 6-cost spell is really good, it's a double removal and is a card who helps you a lot against Doflamingo, the worst matchup you had in OP9. So now in OP10, Blackbeard is definitely a tier 1, have everything. And the other deck, still tier 1, is Doflamingo. The matchup against Teach now is a little bit more playable from Teach side, but you still have the percentual as Doffy, and you don't have any hit or other decks who are annoying you. Okay, little bit Aesop, but Aesop it's not too popular. We have to start from this. We have Doflamingo tier 1 and Blackbeard tier 1 for now. The second question you have to do is how many rounds I have to play? 10 rounds plus 5 out top cut. Take for example a tournament of 1k people, 10 rounds plus 5 rounds of top cut for reach the finals, no? My deck can be consistent for a long run. If your answer is yes, you can start to think to bring that deck in a long tournament. If your answer is no, you don't have to bring it. The third question is, I have tier 1 Blackbeard and Doflamingo. The deck I want to bring can beat consistently one of them, because probably the matchup against these two decks will be played a lot of time during this tournament. If my answer is no, I cannot bring the deck. If the deck loses from the tier 1 decks, don't have any sense to not play the tier 1 at that point. But if your answer is yes, you have to start to think how many times you beat one of them. Now, take for example, I beat Doffy with my deck. I beat Doffy, but I have a bad matchup against Teach. Okay, it's okay. Against the rest, deck is good. If deck is not good against the rest, and I beat only Doffy, I cannot play that deck, because my main goal, and you have to think like that, is to win the tournament. If you just start to think, okay, I'm gonna play the tournament only because I want the experience, it's okay, but it's not the good mentality. When you have to play a tournament, you have to think you are gonna win the tournament. Now another question is, my deck is good, but how much time I have to put into the deck for master it? The effort will be paid? If your answer is yes, you can continue. Take for example Teach. Now Teach is at tier 1. The deck needs an incredible knowledge about the format, because Teach play on the fact on what your opponent can do. So if you don't know your opponent what can do with every deck, you are gonna lose with Teach. But Luigi, if I have to know every deck, I need a lot of time and I don't have it. So what can help you now? Create a group of playtesting with people you meet online or people you meet at your local, because with them you will master your deck fast as possible. So now, after you have made all your questions to yourself and playtested with your group of testing, you can have the right answer. See the difference. For a local you can play everything, but for a big event you need a lot of preparation and a good mentality. Now pass to the question you made, which will be the best deck in OP10 for me. we have Teach, like I said, tier 1, and we have Doflamingo. So I will talk about these two. Teach got a lot of boost in OP10. Doffy don't lose nothing, and still have a really good matchup into Teach. Now the problem is, Doflamingo have some annoying deck in OP10? The answer seems no in this moment. So the deck still good. Now Teach. Teach have a problem in OP10? For me, yes. Why? Because Teach now is more strong than before, but now will be more respected. All the people knows the deck cannot be ignored anymore. A lot of people will prepare their deck for face Teach, so you can expect Doflamingo because it's a tier 1 and have a good matchup against Teach. You can expect more aggro because I have a good matchup against Teach. You can expect some tech like Red Rock because Red Rock is a good tech against Teach or 7 cost spell. You can expect now the people playtest more against Teach, so can arrive to a good gameplay with all the decks. So take a lot of boost, but probably will be more difficult. For me it's one of the best deck. Now the people respect the deck, so now the problem is a lot of people know how to play against Teach and will touch some card for that matchup. So probably we lose some cards against Doffy. Doffy don't lose nothing in OP10. I don't know the ban and if it will be available for Munich and the other OP10 regional we have to play, but probably not. For me it will be in AB02. But anyways, this is the situation. Doffy now don't lose nothing in OP10. And probably the most annoying matchup will be Asop if Asop see good, but it's still a playable matchup. And Asop it's not a tier 1. Against Teach is more difficult, but you have a lot of percentile from your side. Anyways, if you master Doflamingo, okay, so you have a really good level with that deck if you want to bring it in a big tournament. Doflamingo kill a lot of strange decks. It's one of the most consistent deck. That's the answer to the first question. Have a good matchup into tier 1. So have a good matchup into Teach, and it's a 50-50 against the other tier 1 because it's a mirror match. Third question. The deck against the rest of meta is good. Definitely Doffy is good. Last question. The effort I put in Doffy will be paid? Obviously yes. If I have a group of testing, I will master it fast? Yes. So my answer to the question which deck will be the best deck in OP10 in this moment is Doflamingo. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I will help some people who want to start to play competitive. Obviously, all these questions are the questions who people already have experience will do a pick in a new format or for a big tournament. But a lot of people don't know these things, so I think it'll be a useful video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, put a comment, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.